Hello, friends. Today I'm going to talk about another of the Niyamas. These are the things on the spiritual path that we want to cultivate in ourselves. The things that will help us to grow in spiritual strength and energy. And today's topic is Swadhyaya, self-study. This is introspecting about our thoughts, our speech, our actions, and not holding back, not rationalizing, not thinking, oh, he started it, or anything like that. Just being very honest, very truthful, and analyzing what we did, what the fruit of it was. I remember recently I had a miscommunication with someone, and it was just stunning to me. It kept me awake one night, and finally, about 2 or 3 in the morning, I just decided, okay, I can't keep trying to go to sleep. It's not working. So I went back through all the emails of this particular interaction with this person, and I tried to explain, this is what I meant when I said this, and I certainly didn't mean to say that, and I did my very best to placate the situation and help this person to realize what the intention was behind the actions. I sort of reverse engineered the situation to try to come up with what was really true about it. And we all lived through the interaction, and it got smoothed out eventually. But there is no substitute for thinking about what has happened, what you can learn from it, and then not dwelling on it, moving on, and saying, okay, I was wrong, in this circumstance, let me correct that behavior, let me change. I don't need that bad habit anymore. Let me move forward in my consciousness. So it's very, very helpful. Most people in the world need Swadhyaya. They need introspection desperately, because the way of the world is distraction after distraction. Think of people who have a television on in every room of the house, usually a different program in every room of the house, just to keep that mental facility of quietude and reflection at bay at all times. People don't want to reflect. They don't want to see what they did wrong, what the consequences were, how they may have influenced things negatively by their behaviors. All sorts of interesting information like that can come if we reflect, if we take the time to introspect. So don't be afraid. Don't give in to the fear of, I don't want to go inside. I don't know what I'm going to find in there. Be brave. Go ahead and think about it. Go ahead and see, because your conscience knows what the truth is. Your conscience knows what went wrong, what could have gone right, how you really want to behave. That truth is innate in all of us. We just have to be a warrior and look inside, take that time, and God knows now with the virus, many of us are at home, we have more time, we have the opportunity to reflect, which might be one of the many reasons that God has allowed this time to happen in our lives. It's time to go inside. I had a piano teacher many years ago who was a marvelous performer, and I asked him how he could be so relaxed when he got on stage to perform. And he said, well, I practice a lot, and I never let myself get away with anything. And then when I go on stage, I give it all to God. And that is marvelous advice. Never let yourself get away with anything. Probe your heart. Probe your mind. Why did I say that to that person? What was I feeling when I did that? I don't want to feel that way again. How can I change my behavior? How can I be more helpful? How can I channel the masters and this message of light and joy that is our path? How can I radiate spirit and love and compassion and joy and all the things that people are starving for, that this world and all its creatures is starving for? How can I give more and be a channel for that light? So that's what we do with self-study. We look at ourselves, we analyze our behavior, our thoughts, our actions, our speech, in order to grow and change and become bearers of the light, to become instruments for God, to enjoy the fruits of being a child of God and living in His divine presence.